Welcome back everyone to Ben Academy. In today's video, we're going to learn one of the most important concepts in Python programming, classes. If you ever wondered how Python programs organize data and behavior together, classes are the answer. So what exactly is a class? A class is like a blueprint or template for creating objects. Think of it like the design of a car. The blueprint defines what the car should have, such as color, speed, and brand, and what it can do, like start, stop, or accelerate. Once you use the blueprint to create an actual car, that car becomes an object. In Python, classes help us organize code in a clean and reusable way using a concept called Object-Oriented Programming, or OOP. With classes, we can create multiple objects that share the same structure and functionality. In this video, we will learn how to define a class in Python, how to create objects from the class, and how to add properties and methods step by step with simple examples. So let's get started and dive into the world of Python classes. So as I told, Python is an object-oriented programming language. Almost everything in Python is an object with its properties and methods. The foundation for all objects-oriented programming language are classes. And to create a class in Python, we have to use class to begin defining the class. We will write class in this way. After that, we have to write the name of that class. For example, if I want to define a class for a car, I will write the name of class as, for example, car. And then I have to use a colon. So after pressing an enter, you can start defining the classes. Now for the car, as I told, I can define model of the car. I can define it, and I can write a model of a car like Volvo, and also a color like blue, for example. And now if I introduce a variable after finishing the class and going back to the first point, I can work on the class and start to use it. If I define a variable like car, all the letters are short, and if I use the class of car in this way, I can print the properties of the car. Let me print car.color. So in this way, I can print the color of the car, and also I can print the model of the car if I write car.model. So all the properties defined in class of the car is allocated to the variable I have defined here with car with all short cases letters. So the color and also the model is applied in this way. And if I run it, you can see that the color is printed as blue and the model is printed as Volvo, because the properties inside the class is allocated to the variable I wrote here. It was the simplest example for using the classes, but this example doesn't illustrate the good things about the classes. So you need to know more examples. You need to see more examples to see the real advantage of the classes. So let's work on another example. And if I write again class, I can again define a class. Let's expand the definition of the same class as car. If I again define the properties of model, but don't allocate anything for that properties, and also for color. In this way, I can use the properties, but I can define everything I want. So if I write car again equals car as a class, now I can define the model and color for this car. So if I write car.model, in this way, I can define the model of the car as Volvo, and also I can define the color of the car as blue. And if I print it, or if I print both color and model in one command like this, with a space and then again plus, and now car.model, now I can see that the color and model with a space are printed here. Actually, the printed output in this cell is very similar to the previous cell, but we used it more professionally. So instead of defining and instead of allocating values for each properties, I left it open, and I can define every model and color for every variable that is used the same class. So if I again add another thing here, I can also use it again for another variable like car2 again with the same class. Now I can allocate another things as model and color. So if I write model as this time Ford, for example, and car2 dot color as, for example, green, now I can again print it. Let's copy it because it's so similar, and I have to only modify it as car2. So if I run it again, you can see that the second one is also printed. So every time I use the class, I can allocate different values for each properties. And it's one of the advantages of using classes in Python. So the template or framework of defining model and color are available, and you can allocate every value you want for each properties inside that class. In Python, all classes have a built-in function as init, and it's always executed when the class is being initiated. In many other object-oriented programming languages, we call this the constructor, and now I can use this built-in function here to show you. Let me modify the previous code I wrote in this cell. After copying, I can modify it in another cell. So instead of defining model and color, I can use init function by writing def in this time with 2 times underline init and again 2 times underline. I can start using the built-in function of init in class. The first arguments in functions inside class is always self, and then I can define the other properties here. So model and also color can be defined as properties here, and with this built-in function I can manage the properties. So now if I move them inside the definition of the built-in function, but I have to use self as a prefix. So self model and self color are defined here, and I can define it as model and color. So I can assign values to each properties using this function. So after finalizing the class and also the function inside that class, I can use it. So if I write car equals car, but this time I have to write the arguments that are actually model and color. Ignore self. Self is only used for defining the init function. So now I only have 2 arguments. So now I can write the first model, as you can see, as Ford, and then I can write the color as, for example, again, blue. So I don't have to use these phrases again, and I can print it with another syntax this time. If I write car.model, I can print the model, and if I write car.color, I can print the color. So let me show you. If I run it, you can see that model and color are printed out. So it's more organized if you use the init function, and in this way you can allocate the different arguments in a better way, like a function. So I'm using the class, but I'm using the arguments that are used in built-in function of init inside that class. I can do it many times. I can again define another variable as car2, and in this time I can again use the same class but with different values like Volvo and green, for example. Now if I print it, you can see that the model and color of the second car is also printed out. Now let's extend the definition of a function in class. You can also use other functions inside that class, and the additional function inside class is called method. So if I again use the same code in the same cell, but if I edit it in another cell, I can start the definition of another function with def again, but pay attention to the indentation here. These are written in the same point. So if I write again def, I'm defining another function that is called method, as I told you. I can also manage the printing with defining a function. So if I write display car to manage the printing the properties, and if I define the arguments, actually there is no argument, I just want to print. So the only argument is self, and no other argument is used here because I only want to print them. So if I write print self.model and also print self.color, it's not required anymore to use print car.model, print car.color, because they are defined inside the method, and I can use the method inside class directly instead of writing print every time. So after allocating these values to the car, now I can print them with using the second function that is display car. So in this way, if I write type.display car with empty arguments, because self is not the real argument when I want to use that function after definition of the class. So now if I run it, you can see that the same output is printed out, but with very, very professional way. So everything is included in the class, and you're only using these 2 lines to allocate the values and also print them out. It's normal to use the term method for functions that are defined within the class in all the object-oriented languages such as Python. You declare class method like normal functions, with the exception that the first argument to each method is self, as I told. And when I want to use them, I ignore writing anything as the input for self. You can also define and store the class in a separate file, and you can call it similar to the same way you use the functions and save them. So if I save this part in a separate file, let me copy it. If I go to the same point that I'm working on, this file that is untitled1, I know the point, so I will go directly to the same folder. This is the folder that the file is stored, and if I insert a new text document and write the code inside that text file, as you can see, I can store it, I can save it and close it, and then rename it as a file with the extension of py. Let's write car.py. It will be changed, the extension will be changed, and you can call it now. If I go back again to the Jupyter Notebook, let me remove this part, and I want to just call it. So if I write from car, import car, actually I'm using the same procedure of importing the functions, and now I'm only importing the classes. To distinguish the difference, you can also write comment here as importing the car class. So now I'm importing the car, and I can use it. I can start using the class in the same way I used before. I can again write car, or let's write car1 to make them different. And I can also print it with the same method inside that class, display car, without any argument. So in this way, I'm allocating values to the first variable, and I'm printing it. I can again continue and repeat it for car2 with different values, with Volvo and also color of green. I can again repeat it, and I can use the class how many times I want. Let's use it for car3 too. Let's write Tesla this time and black. Now if I run it, you can see that all the print functions are used inside that class. It's not necessary to write them again, and I'm using the function inside that class that was actually the method I have defined that. Okay, thanks for watching this video. I hope this video was useful for you. If you have any question, you can write your questions as comments below this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with your friends, and see you in other videos.